and we're very lucky to have with us today my friend John, who is as Deadpool. He's a great cosplayer, and we're going to hear a little bit from him about what it is to be a cosplayer, what he enjoys, and how he got started.
Seriously, you actually have something in your teeth now.
Okay, thanks for being with us today, John, and
welcome.
talking to us a bit about being a cosplayer. So I guess the first question I want to ask is, when did you first start cosplaying?
I first started cosplaying in 2019. My first Comic-Con was Great Yarmouth. That was their first Comic-Con as well.
Okay. So what made you choose the character of Deadpool to cosplay as?
Well, when I decided to finally go to a con, I wanted to cosplay. There's so many choices, you know. I actually decided on Deadpool because I didn't want to do Star Wars. I did not have the physique for Spider-Man, and I really liked Deadpool.
Yeah.
So I decided to just start with him. I didn't want to get like a spandex deal. I wanted to kind of go somewhere a bit different. You know, I wanted to get like a more movie replica suit.
Yeah.
I didn't have the connections I do now. I didn't have the know-how. I didn't know the companies. So I just ordered one from China for like 160 quid.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my first one. That's how I chose Deadpool.
So you said that was your first one.
Yeah, that was my very
what
first
iteration of the suit is this we're on now?
This is the fourth suit I've purchased. Basically, the first suit I bought from China, I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
Yeah.
On the photos, it looked like, you know, because I think it was an eBay thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the first suit, it was like plastic and leather.
Okay.
So I just gave like all the measurements that it asked for. When it arrived, there was no give. It was very tight.
Sure.
And yeah, and Great Yarmouth was 25 degrees that day.
So I bet there was no breathing inside that suit.
Not
whatsoever.
really. Yeah. No, it was very uncomfortable. Obviously, after the success of the first one, I had such a good time.
Yeah.
I decided if I was going to do it again, I needed a better suit. So I went again back on eBay and found a different suit. It was more flexible, breathable.
Sure.
And from there, I started joining Deadpool pages on Facebook, cosplay pages, things like that. Met a lot of really cool people who shared my love of cosplay and obviously Deadpool cosplay.
Yeah.
And that's where I started finding out like how to weather the suit, you know, stuff on Etsy, all that stuff. And so I started adding things. I got like knee pads from France. I got wristbands. And I started learning how to paint the suit.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I decided I was going to go bigger and better. And I wanted a proper movie replica suit. And this is where I found out about a guy called Professional Cosplay, who's based in California. And his quality of suit was absolutely amazing. Problem was, it cost, for the UK, it was about $4,000.
Wow.
In total. But that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to commit. So, you know, I did extra jobs, I did overtime, I did all sorts of stuff. I sold my entire video game collection.
That's commitment.
Yeah, you know, I did everything. But, you know, and I paid it off slowly. I had it was like a 2-year payment plan, and I paid it off in 7 months.
Yeah.
So, and when it arrived, I wore the crap out of it, you know, everything I did. And it wasn't until I bought the Professional Cosplay suit, people started scouting me.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'd get people from other Comic-Cons come up and they'd be like, hey, I love your suit, would you do this?
Yeah.
Would you do that? And I was like, okay, yeah, cool. So I wore that all the way up until the point where it was being damaged through wear and tear beyond my repair skills. So I ended up selling what was left of it and replacing it with a new movie suit from Ilustra Studios in Spain.
I mean, this is legitimately the best Deadpool cosplay I've ever seen, without a doubt.
I appreciate that. It is good. Obviously, I'm a perfectionist. I'm my own worst critic.
Yeah.
There are many things about my cosplay that I have, you know, flaws, gripes with, if you will. But that's just me. It is a good movie suit. But, you know, there are still things that I want to change with it.
Yeah. I guess that's part of cosplay, though, isn't it? Like the constant evolution. Like
Yes.
a lot of cosplayers I've spoken to in the past, they'll say like my first cosplay was very basic, and you know I'd paint things flat, and then over time they learn about the things you were describing, like the weathering and the aging of stuff, and adding a bit more sort of detail to things.
I mean, I have got so much respect for the cosplayers that build their own. I don't have them skills.
Yeah.
I've never tried, and to be fair, I don't really have the time or space in my house to even start with it. So I will buy from a company.
Yeah.
But that's me personally.
Yeah. But you're still part of the community, and you're still adding bits to it, and you're adjusting it and things like that.
Yes.
So.
What worries me now is obviously Deadpool 3 is going to be absolutely amazing, and he's only gone and changed the suit. So, you know, and while I can always keep rocking the Deadpool 2, this is the Deadpool 2 version of the suit, which I love. While I can always rock it, I'm constantly thinking about possibly upgrading. I'm going to wait for Luster Studios to bring a version out and see if I can roll with it.
You have to get some more overtime in.
Oh, I know. I love my job.
So what would you what would you say to young people who are interested in cosplay but haven't yet sort of taken the leap into doing it?
I would say do it.
Yeah,
absolutely 100%. I mean, to get a little bit personal with myself, I've got very bad anxiety, social anxiety. You know, that was the whole reason I didn't go to cons in the first place.
Yeah.
You know, when I went and I did my very first cosplay, which you know I didn't think was very good, and I didn't feel good. You know, mentally, I was in a bad place when I went, very self-conscious, and I was welcomed with open arms by everybody. I was appreciated by everybody, and the more I've done it, you know, the more I see how much of a big family it is.
Yeah.
And I would absolutely strongly recommend anybody who wants to go to just go.
Yeah.
Because you'll be welcomed.
Yeah.
Immediately.
It is very much like a family atmosphere, isn't it? Yeah.
It's very much family. It's a family you never know you had. It's a family you never knew you had. I was so skeptical going into it, and now, you know, 4 years in, I'm friends with so many people. You know, I've met so many people. I'm part of this community I never thought I could even handle being in. And I would recruit as many people into it as I could at any given time. Yeah. You know, never feel bad about what other people say. You know, you do it for you, and everybody there will appreciate your efforts. Everybody there will appreciate what you appreciate. Yeah. You know, never have doubts. Yeah. You know, if you want to do it, come and do it, and everyone will love it. Yeah. I mean, I've been at some of the bigger, like, massive Comic-Cons. MCM and
the big London ones, and you see like some young people walking around with what is obviously a homemade cosplay outfit, and people still want to have photos with them because it's all part of the atmosphere. It's all part of the fun, and you know, you see somebody who's investing themselves into a character that they love. You go, do you know what? I really appreciate the effort you've made, and I think it makes other people feel good because, especially
huge
when
morale boost.
It is, yeah, yes. and you might be walking around and. You know, I've seen people cosplaying as like the most obscure characters, and someone else will see them and they go, "Oh my God, I can't believe you've come as that," and they'll have a photo with them. Right. And then the cosplayer walks off smiling, and the person who's seen them walks off smiling. It's a really good sort of feel-good environment.
I think, and again, with cosplay, it can be anything you want it to be. Yeah. I mean, so many people have been like, you know, they've said to me, "Oh, dude, you know, you should do like a Mandalorian Deadpool," you know. And while I do know people that could build me the armor and everything, me personally, I think I'm always going to stick with Deadpool. The character just rolls too easily with me. Yeah. Resonates with me personally. Yeah. And that's another thing I want to say, especially if you've got anxiety or mental health or whatever. It's wearing this suit and being behind this mask that has enabled me to truly be myself. Yeah. And for that is why I am eternally grateful to the cosplay community and everything about it, It's because it's enabled me to be the real me,
Yeah.
even though I'm actually behind the mask. It's hard to explain, but if you know, you know.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. That makes sense. So, are you looking forward to our first Comic-Con in Sutton Bridge?
Oh, very much. Yes. I mean, I'm only down the road myself.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends are going to go. I've got a lot of cosplaying friends where I live, and they're going to be going, so we'll all be back together again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm really looking forward to Sunbridge Comic Con.
And of course, you're one of the judges for our cosplay competition.
I will be judging you.
Yeah. And you're also going to be part of the cosplay talk that we have at the event as well.
Yes, my very first panel. I've never been on a panel before, but if, you know, whatever questions I can answer will help anybody, you know,
Yeah.
I'm happy to be part of that.
Well, I think I said before, we've had lots of messages to the Comic-Con page from young people saying, you know, I'm really interested in getting into cosplay, but I'm a little bit anxious. I'm a little bit anxious, or I'm worried that people will take the mickey, or I've got nobody to support me. So I think it would be a really good opportunity.
Well, here's the thing, all right? No one's ever gonna, you know, how can I say this? Not everybody is going to love what you do. Mm. Not everybody's going to understand, and a lot of that is ignorance. You know, you might get the stick when you're a kid. I still get a bit of stick, you know, as an adult.
Yeah,
it's always going to happen, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think. If they don't understand something, they're going to, you know, have that attitude against it.
Yeah,
but that's, you know, it's not their fault. They want to react that way, that's their issue, you know. But if you're doing something that you love, then none of that matters. Yeah.
It's just about enjoying something in your own life, isn't it?
Absolutely, you know.
So one of the other things that we've got at the Comic-Con is going to be kind of our icons of horror. And I'm just asking you not to go in there and jump out and scare anybody.
No, I'll be on my best behaviour.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure that's true.
Oh, yeah, no. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks ever so much for your time today,
you're welcome.
John.
No, it's been a pleasure.
Really looking forward to our event. Looking forward to the day, and I hope everyone has a good time that comes along.
Oh, I'm sure they will.